got to figure out, oh, is my son safe going to the park?
New tonight since 6 on the WHAS11 night team. A grieving father fearing for his life and his family's safety after losing his eldest son at the end of October. It's the top story on this Friday night. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. WHAS11 night team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester met him in the Russell neighborhood tonight.
He was the hype man of our family.
Jonathan Postel wears his son on his heart.
You shouldn't be worried about your kids going around their friend's house to just play a video game and worry about them getting killed.
Lost too soon.
Got a little cross right there for him. It happened right here.
Jamari was found here October 30th with multiple gunshot wounds. Authorities say he was beyond help when they arrived. Jonathan found his son before police arrived.
I'm always going to see this vision in my eyes every day, and no parents should be like that.
Months later, still no answers in his son's death.
It got to be a stopping point for violent crimes, especially young kids.
There's a concern over community investment in activities that keep kids out of trouble.
A lot of these kids around her, they need to know what, they believe what they see. They don't see a lot.
John McLeod, Jamari's mentor.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the park is way over there, the community center. There's nothing in the Russell neighborhood for kids to do.
And safety. One of the ways to increase safety in his neighborhood, Postel says, is by just adding more light. He says what we have right now just isn't enough. And feels like cameras would help as well.
So they have installed some already. If anyone feels like there needs to be more somewhere, they need to report it.
Metro Council member Jacory Arthur. He covers the area where Jamari was shot, talking about the work of anti-violence coalitions in the city to install cameras and lights.
We need more people coming together to fight for the things that we want and need in our communities.
You got to invest more into this type areas.
He's looking for ways.
I had a dream. He was like, Daddy, the show must go on.
To move forward with his son in mind.
And I think at the end of the day, everything's going to be all right.
Hope still alive 2 months later. Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 night team, on your side.
As a reminder, if you can help detectives in any cases just like this one, call the anonymous tip line on your screen, 574-LMPD. If you believe there needs to be a camera or a light installed, you can also call the Metro Council office at 311 to report that. 10 months after a quadruple shooting in Louisville's Russell neighborhood, a man has been arrested connected to the shooting. Skylar McAdams was arrested today by LMPD in Harrison County, Indiana. McAdams is charged with 2 counts of complicity to murder. On the last day of January, officers found 4 men inside a car, all with gunshot wounds. The car was found near Muhammad Ali in South 12th Street in Louisville. 22-year-old Corey Diller died on the scene. Another victim died the next day at the hospital. McAdams is waiting extradition from Indiana and to bring back to Kentucky for his arraignment. He's heading to prison for a long time. The man who ran over a Kansas family in downtown Louisville while high on a lethal level of fentanyl 2 years ago will spend the next several decades in prison. Michael Hurley sentenced to 70 years in prison today by a Louisville judge, Annie O'Connell. The maximum sentence he could receive in the role he played in a crash that killed Trey Jones of Kansas and severely injured his family. They were in town for his daughter's basketball tournament. Brooke Hash and photojournalist Jessica Farley take you inside the courtroom.
There is nothing I can say or will say that will be able to make anyone feel any better about what's happened or the afflictions that are taking place because of it. I never meant for any of this to happen.
That's Michael Hurley addressing the family he ran over in downtown Louisville back in 2022 while high on drugs. Blood tests showed Hurley had 4 times the lethal amount of fentanyl in his system when his car jumped the curb.
Trey was taken when you chose to get behind the wheel while impaired, a choice that turned a normal day into an unimaginable nightmare. Michael didn't just take a life, he took away so many future memories for everyone.
Members of the Jones family back in the courtroom for the sentencing, sharing how that one moment in time broke them into pieces they'll never be able to mend. Trey's wife, Amy, and their daughter, Ava, were seriously injured, spending days and weeks in the hospital. Ava, despite surviving, no longer the same person with her traumatic brain injury.
Michael's decision to drive drugged has condemned Ava to a life sentence of living as a lost soul, trying to navigate in an unfamiliar world.
Ava had committed to play college basketball at the University of Iowa. However, she was never able to play and medically retired from the sport in June.
We raised our children the way you would raise yours, I'm sure, to be loving, kind, compassionate, empathy-stricken people that would help other people.
Hurley's mother pleading for compassion and forgiveness for her son's actions.
He still complains about the trial. He complains about the evidence. There's no responsibility. There's no actual sorrow. The words are said, they are not meant.
But the prosecution hit back.
I find that sentence is fair and just, and I sentence him to a total of 70 years in the penitentiary.
The judge seemed to feel the same.
The only thing I can think of to say is I'm sorry. I am truly sorry, and I hope one day that they will be able to forgive me.
In Louisville with photojournalist Jessica Farley, Brooke Hash, WHAS11 on your side.
The jury, by the way, did recommend originally a 75-year sentence, but Judge Annie O'Connell kept it at 70, saying that is the max. Hurley's public defender says they do plan to appeal the case. A Louisville man sentenced to 20 years in prison for shooting and injuring somebody at a derby party. Floyd County, Indiana prosecutors say Matthew Jones, right here, pleaded guilty to the crime. They say in 2019, Jones was at a Kentucky Derby party playing foosball when he got mad at a comment that somebody made. Witnesses say he grabbed a gun from his car and was threatening to, quote, kill anyone at the party. They say a person attempted to calm him down when Jones shot that man, injuring him. That victim has not been named by police. Jones agreed to a plea deal of 20 years in prison. Now the latest on the killing of the United Healthcare CEO in Midtown Manhattan, New York. New details about the writings of the alleged shooter, Luigi Mangione, 26 years old. Law enforcement telling ABC News that he's been fixated about United Healthcare and harming its CEO for months. The writings of Mangione, seized by law enforcement, show that he had a developing hate for the size of the company. Some entries date back to mid-2024. According to law enforcement, as Mangione allegedly fell out of contact with his friends and family members, his mental health also appeared to deteriorate. According to United Healthcare, Mangione was not a member of their insurance, that he and his family were never customers of that company. We've got a big holiday weekend underway. In fact, tonight, an event we're going to show you in just a minute. The Holiday Lights Parade kicked off at Shawnee Park. What about the rain throughout the rest of the weekend? Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Gabrielli in tonight for Ben Pines. Sam, how much rain is going to come down by Sunday?
Hey, Doug, yeah, we're going to be looking at a pretty good healthy amount of about a half an inch to an inch of rain. A lot of that beginning tomorrow evening late, stretching into Saturday night, and eventually into much of the morning hours on Sunday. I do think most of the day Sunday will be a quiet one, as we're going to see most of the rain mainly impact the early morning hours to be capping off the weekend. But as we speak now, we're looking pretty dry in most areas. Clear to the north. We do have some 20s going on north of Louisville. 32 in Jasper. There's that wind chill factor outside. I'm actually talking more about the cold air tonight and a warmer weekend ahead with that chance for the rain that I'll be talking more in detail in a few minutes about.
Sam, thank you. We have an update tonight on a story that you often tell us you have a lot of interest in. Louisville Metro Police have seized a total of 63 cars connected to street racing this year. Right now, 30 of those cars are sitting right in the impound lot at Frankfort Avenue and River Road. Those cars are serving a 6-month sentence.
We hope that, just having their vehicle away from them is enough to curb their idea, and they will tell their friends, hey man, this is not the place, this is not the area to do this in. They will take your vehicles and it will sit.
It's all because of a recent ordinance that allows LMPD to seize a car involved in street racing, whether you're the driver or even just participating in the road blockage in Louisville. Police say there have been a total of 102 traffic deaths this year, a number they hope that they can keep down by seizing the cars of street racers. Brand new since 6 here on the night team, and happening tonight, a Louisville favorite just cut the ribbon on their brand new location in Louisville. The Hub, a former bar and restaurant, is moving from Frankfort Avenue to a bigger location on Bardstown Road near Grinstead Drive.
There we go. Congratulations.
That's the Deputy Mayor, David James, there on the left. Now, Eric Wentworth and Talmadge Collins say their business has been evolving into more of a dance club than a restaurant and bar. So They moved it to Bardstown Road, and it made sense for them. They are taking over the former space of the Nowhere Bar, which makes this a full circle moment for the owners.
The general manager, Tracy, and myself also worked here, so it's a really special full circle moment.
We're
really
excited to be back.
It really feels like we're coming home. So really excited to be here and excited with everything, all the buzz and the interest. Everyone seems very, very excited for us to be here.
The Hub owners say they are an inclusive space and pride themselves on being one of the safest bars in town. Brand new on the WHAS11 night team. In fact, this happened late today. Senator Mitch McConnell pushing back tonight on a reported effort to stop the polio vaccine. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would oversee the FDA if his nomination is approved, but his lawyer wants to stop the polio vaccine. ABC News reporting that Aaron Siri has lobbied to revoke the approval of polio vaccinations. Well, late today, Kentucky's Mitch McConnell, who is a polio survivor himself, pushed back with a message aimed right at Kennedy. McConnell: the polio vaccine has saved millions of lives and held out the promise of eradicating a terrible disease. He goes on to say anyone seeking the Senate's consent to serve in the incoming administration would do well to steer clear of even the appearance of association with such efforts. End quote by Mitch McConnell. Now lawmakers are calling on RFK Jr. to clarify his stance on the vaccines. Well, future races, including the U.S. Senate and the presidency in 4 years, part of the discussion tonight on KET's Comment on Kentucky. The host, longtime WKYT news anchor Bill Bryant of Lexington, asked our Isaiah Kim Martinez about Governor Andy Beshear. Beshear is now in line to lead the Democratic Governors Association.
That further fuels speculation about his possible run for president in 2028, right?
We know 2026, there's a lot of governors' races that will be hotly contested. I think 6 battleground states, presidential battleground states, will be up for grabs. So you'll really get a test not just of Governor Beshear's messaging, but how he recruits.
Comment on Kentucky just celebrated 50 years on the air recently on KET. WHAS11 has contributed to this KET program since the late 1970s. It airs throughout the weekend, again on KET.